Once upon a time, in a small village by the sea, there lived a fisherman named Marcus. He was known for his calm mind and strong heart. The villagers often asked him how he stayed so peaceful, even when the storms came and the fish were hard to find. Marcus would smile and say, "The waves do not wait for us to be ready. We must learn to sail in all weather." Marcus had not always been this way. When he was younger, he would shout at the wind when it blew against his boat. He would curse the sea when the fish did not bite. One day, after a long and tiring journey with no catch, he met an old man sitting on the rocks near the shore. The old man was mending his net with slow, steady hands. Marcus sat beside him and sighed. "The sea is cruel today," he said. The old man nodded. "The sea is neither cruel nor kind. It simply is. The waves do not think. The wind does not hate you. These things happen, and you must decide how to face them." Marcus frowned. "But how? How can I stay strong when everything goes wrong?" The old man tied a knot in his net and looked at Marcus. "You cannot control the storm, but you can control your boat. You cannot stop the wind, but you can adjust your sails. The strength you seek is not in changing the world, but in mastering yourself." These words stayed with Marcus. He began to see his struggles differently. When the storms came, he did not waste his energy cursing them. Instead, he focused on what he could do, securing his boat, checking his ropes, waiting for the right moment to act. When the fish were scarce, he did not despair. He used the time to repair his tools or teach others what he knew. Years passed, and Marcus became a beacon of strength for the village. One winter, a terrible storm destroyed many homes. The villagers were afraid. They came to Marcus, asking what they should do. He stood before them and said, "We cannot undo the storm, but we can rebuild. We cannot bring back what is lost, but we can care for what remains." Together they worked. Some cut wood. Others carried stones. The children gathered what they could find. It was hard, and many days they felt tired and sad. But Marcus reminded them, strength is not the absence of pain. It is moving forward even when every step hurts. One evening, as the sun set over the newly built houses, a young boy asked Marcus, "How do you never give up?" Marcus looked at the sea. "I have given up many times in my mind, but then I remember, the storm will pass. The night will end, and I still have hands to work and a heart to hope." "That is enough." The boy thought for a moment. "So being strong means not running from the pain?" Marcus nodded. "Pain is like the tide. It comes and goes. If you fight it, it will drown you. If you learn to swim, it will carry you to new shores." The villagers never forgot that winter. They saw how Marcus's calmness became their strength. They understood that hard times do not last forever, but the lessons they teach do. One day, a traveler came to the village. He had lost everything: his home, his family, his hope. He sat by the shore, staring at the waves with empty eyes. Marcus brought him food and sat beside him in silence. After a long time, the traveler whispered, "Why keep going when the world is so cruel?" Marcus picked up a small stone and threw it into the sea. See how the water accepts the stone? It does not resist. It does not complain. It simply takes what comes and remains what it is, deep, vast, unbroken. You can be like the water. The traveler closed his eyes. "I do not feel strong." Marcus smiled. Strength is not a feeling, it is a choice. Every morning you wake up and decide, today I will bear what I must. Today I will do what I can, and that is enough. The traveler stayed in the village. He worked, he healed, and in time, he too learned to face the waves without fear. The story of Marcus spread far and wide. People came to ask him for advice. He always said the same thing. The world will give you storms. You cannot stop them. But you can learn to sail. You can choose not to drown. That is the wisdom of the Stoics, not to escape life's hardships, but to meet them with a steady heart. And so, the village thrived, not because the sea was always kind, but because its people had learned the greatest lesson of all. True strength is not in never falling, but in rising every time you do. The end.